Barebones RGB AI to look at today on the channel. So let's get rocking. Looking so fresh in this box, and it's sitting right here in front of me, and it is right now also in front of me, the Lumery RGB AI Smart Pathway Light Pro is a 36 watt 2800 lumen smart RGB AI light designed for outdoor use. It is rated at IP65, which we will explain later, and it has 48 feet worth of wire. It is a 4-pack, and today, in about 30 seconds here, we're going to be unboxing this in front of you guys and let you know what we think. We're going to set it up, see how it looks at night, and let you make a decision on whether you trust your money with Lumery. So let's get busy. The Lumery RGB AI Smart Pathway Light Pro sits in front of me inside of this box, right next to my drone. And we're going to open this guy up right now and see exactly what it is made of. But before we do that, we need the Supercar Street Racing knife. All right, inside the box now, and we can see this nicely laid out packaging here. And we can see one light here and one light here, and a nice instruction manual on top from Lumery. And inside of this little package right here, the styrofoam package, we do see the stakes. And here is one of the lights, and they are very, very solidly built. Pretty heavy. There is a good look at them. And if you're wondering if these rotate, they do. So the actual light will rotate. And I would say these weigh a good 2 or 3 pounds. And if you expected them to be plastic, they are not. They are solid metal, so very well built. And they do have on the ends here the quick connectors. The only concern being, of course, is that what do you do with the extra wire if you have less than that amount of space between? And right here and right now is number 2 on the set, which I am just placing back on the table. Then we do have the Lumery remote right here. And it looks like right here is the power supply. And if you're wondering if you're going to be able to use a plug, you can't. You have to use this brick. And then underneath, the same exact thing on the bottom. Let's get all these out of here, get them plugged in and connected to Wi-Fi, and see how this works. Now, my plan was going to be to use these on the dock. I do see that there is a large amount of wire. They give you a lot of extra wire, which in most cases is helpful. But in my case, it's going to mean a lot of wire to hide. And if you look at the control box here, there is a larger plug on this, and that goes right into the bottom of this AC power adapter. And they have it keyed so you can't do this incorrectly. This will only go in one way due to the keying on the bottom. Let's get this connected. Back with the Lumery LED lights, and the very last light will have a single connector on it. All the other ones are Y adapted so that you just go in a chain and it makes your life easier. So let's get these connected up the way that they're supposed to be connected. It took about 10 seconds to connect these lights together. They are keyed in between the connectors so you can't do them wrong. And right here we have the remote control for these guys, but there is already a control right here that allows you to turn them off and on. We do have the app open here, and it wants the Wi-Fi information. All right, so we do see Lumery Pathlights Pro there. It did come back on and ask how many bulbs we have total, and we do have 8, so we hit confirm there. And now we can see the nice little screen here with the colors. It is set on warm white now. Go to color, we can go ahead and set them to whatever we want. I love how bright these are. Our next step is going to be getting them installed on the dock. We do have a challenge. We're going to put one at each corner on the dock and clamp them to the dock using this tape here. This has screw holes in it. We will get it very tight, and then we will clamp these to the dock, and then we have to figure out wire management. I'm kind of leaning on wire management inside. There's a hole right here, but it doesn't go very deep, so you can't put the wire inside there. We're just gonna have to see when we get out there and get this thing connected to power. All right, we are out here at the dock, and we see here that we have the old rope lights installed. Our first job is, these are completely broken, so we have to cut these off and get them right out of there right now. Now we have to be careful while we do this because there are alligators literally everywhere out here. So there might be one up in the yard. Nope, I don't see any there, but we need to be careful. No alligators there. Maybe they are out somewhere resting, but while we're working on this, we got to be really careful, like not to fall in like I almost just did. All right, we have our little friend out here watching, but we have our first light, and what we're going to do is connect this light to this power source here, and then we are going to attach it to the bulkhead, or sorry, the dock, not the bulkhead. All right, I should have painted the other one before I got it on there, but I'm gonna go ahead and pre-paint these black, just the fronts of them, and let them dry for a little bit. Alright, I went ahead and taped up and painted the existing strap so it would not stand out so much. Just waiting for the other plastic straps to dry now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape off and put some clear silicone behind this guy to start holding it. All right, our next light is going to go right in the corner here, and we need to make sure that we have it the same distance above the dock. So we're going to grab our measuring tape and just see how many inches we have it below the edge here and match that up completely and try to get it just as tight this time, and then go ahead and silicone seal it together. Okay, it is supposed to rain today, so I went ahead and put a plastic cover over the other one so the silicone could dry. It is not fast drying, unfortunately. I don't have any. That is a bummer, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on the second one now that our paint is dry on the strap. Okay, I did get the third light installed. It is a little loose, so I brought some long screws out, and there is an alligator nearby, so I just have to be careful if he starts coming towards me. But I'm gonna throw another screw in this one. All right, we have finished attaching the lights to the dock and siliconing around the base. And now all we have to do is run the wires and clamp them up. And I brought clamps out for that. I have a whole kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect these and try to keep them from going into the water. And then we have this big control box that we have a lot of wire going to here that we don't need. So we have to tie that up somewhere too and get this control box out, probably up on top of the deck here, the bulkhead. So let's figure this out. All right, we have a ton of power wire and control box wire. We are fine there. That would be the last thing. But we need to get this wire secured under the dock somehow. All right, we have successfully finished tacking up the wires for everything else. Now we have to worry about this super long amount of wire for the controller and how we are going to get that. And I think that we are just going to have to bite the bullet and just tie it up here and be done with it. So we have a good amount on each side here to zip tie up and somehow tack the controller somewhere. I'm thinking right about there. We are all done out here with the install of the Lumery RGB lights, and you can see right here they are on and they are powered by this smart switch. They are also smart themselves, but we are using the smart switch here. It will come on at a certain time, and whatever these guys were set to in the past, they will come back on. We did use these clamps, and we used some clear silicone also. When that dries up, it'll be nice and tight. And we did get the wires all tucked nicely up underneath the dock there. And you can see right here, the lights are on at the moment, and there is what I did. That will all turn clear, so it will not be weird looking. And then we got one over here on this corner and one over here on this corner. And we can turn them one onto the dock and one onto the water to try to make kind of a cool lighting effect. So tonight we'll come back out when it gets dark, check this out, and see how the project finished. All right, we're out here at the dock, and it did turn dark, and Dukes of Duval came over. He's over here chilling underneath the patio, and this is what it looks like at night with the Lumery RGB AI outdoor path lights. You can see that we have one of the two spotlights aimed onto the dock and the other spotlight aimed onto the water, so it lights up the water quite nicely. And it came out really good. It took me about 3 hours to finish this project, only because I had to do special mounting to get them here on the dock with the plumber's tape. But you can see if we step out here just a little bit and take a good look at the dock, it really makes a big difference. And we got rid of the rope light that was around the dock. It was burned out anyway, so this has been a really successful project, and it looks super cool if you're off to the side because the water is all lit up as well. So guys, there'll be a link in the description to this. Lumery, please show your support. They supported the channel, so show your support for them by buying their products through my links, and we will see you guys next time on the channel. Later, Gator. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Out here at Titan Motorsports. See if I can get somebody in here from my channel. Titan Supra right here. This thing is sick. Taking a look at the Titan Supra. Sorry, I was away. I had to get the live stream posted up on Facebook. So far, nobody's in here yet, though. But here's the Titan Motorsports Supra. Pretty cool. And then back there, you can see there's the car on the lift. There's some sick cars. I think there's a twin turbo Lambo right here, rocking gold wheels. But yeah, there's the car out there. Here's a look at some of the wheels they sell. Pretty cool. But this Supra though, sick. Probably gets traction. I don't know. There's the Titan Supra. Thing is ridiculous. And look at some of the stuff they sell here. And some of their accessories and stuff. And then this is the Titan Billet 2JZ block. Sick block. Holds like an unreal amount of horsepower. Here's all their drag racing awards. And then if you look back here in the shop, That is a twin turbo Lamborghini right there. And pretty sick Supra right next to it. Right there. And then there's my car up on the lift. And back here, look at this lineup. Yes, that's a green Supra. Hey man, back here in the showroom, just waiting for Ryan and the technician that works on my car to get here so we can get started on dyno tuning. But apparently the fuel system rewire is totally done. Hey, is it alright if I go back and take some video back in by my car?
Yeah,
okay. All right. Okay. They're gonna babysit me. I'm system done. I'm doing the wiring. Yeah, basically yesterday probably put all brand new wiring into new relays, a new circuit breaker, and all new wiring. But the car's up in the air. I can't really see under the hood to see if they put new wiring to the battery or whatever. But there's a good look at everything. And like, if you guys haven't seen the underneath of the car, that's the V160. It's brand new. There's a little bit of oil on it. I don't know if that's coming from the motor or what. But this is a Superstore billet transmission mount. There's a Clutch Masters twin disc carbon in there, and then this is a Toyota Sequoia drive shaft. Made it to a Subaru BRZ Y38 rear end. This is a 411 rear end. So the gearing is not top end. It's more low end torque, less high end. Full suspension coilovers. This is a yellow speed racing coilover right there. All bushings done. Sway bars. Here's a look at the fuel system that Tracy put in. So it's in addition to the factory fuel line. There's the hard line. There's the Super brakes, powder coated. There's the yellow speed coilover that you can see right here. Super brakes. And the wheels and tires. Here's a look at the charge pipe. And there's the new pipe that Tracy designed. And wastegate. So they looked at the wastegate spring. Apparently it's going to be enough to deal with what kind of boost we're making. So yeah, that's a look at the underneath. And gonna sign off for now. Let these guys get back to work. And then I'll be back online when we start dyno tuning later. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm giving another studio update today. And today we got a lot of work done in the studio. probably another 5 or 6 hours worth of work. So I kind of wanted to go over what I did and what I'm about to do. So I got the TV mounts fixed. So what I did is I spanned across these joists, or actually studs, and I made mounts for the TV that look just like that mount. And so basically on the outside of the foam insulation, the TV will mount directly to these boards, and they are bolted to these boards, and the TVs really don't weigh that much anyway now. So I've got like 4 screws in each one. That should be fine. I've got them bolted to the studs on the side. So I got that done today. I got more Ethernet run. So I made another run from the switch is going to be up here down to where I'm going to have an HDMI cable here running up to the 50-inch monitor and an Ethernet jack, so that you can actually plug in another computer here and feed this monitor. And I also ran Ethernet across here. It's actually down there right now for the same thing on this side. It will basically be a Cat6 cable and an HDMI port for that TV. So I have all that stuff now. I have all the stuff from Amazon to put that in. I actually connected power today. So I connected power there on that side to all the accessories that are getting power. I connected power over here as well, and also put the female plugs on for the speakers, the powered speakers. The Harbingers are going up here in the corner. You can see the power and the RCA cable for that. This has power in it. The ceiling has power now for the extra lights. And next I am going to be running this USB extension from down here up to that corner for our webcam that's going to be live in the studio. And that is a lot of work today. Got this HDMI also ran for the HDMI and Cat5 jack down here that you'll be able to tie into this television if you want to. So yeah, got that all done today. It was quite a bit of work. You can see all my Cat6 cables here for the switch. They're all labeled with numbers and then numbered on this end, and then I will label the actual boxes as I put them in. There's another HDMI and Cat6 for that monitor to be tied into if somebody wants to park right here. And then there's lights up on the wall to feed sconces or LED type lights there. So I also just got the new Echo Show 15 in. I was waiting for the bracket so that I could make the wall mount for it. So here we have the bracket, and that is going to be how it mounts, just like that. So it will mount just like this, and the power will run right into the wall there, and then the foam will actually, this thing will be kind of flush mounted because the foam is 1 inch thick. So think about with the bracket on top of the foam, the bracket will be on top of the foam, and then I was thinking maybe doing it either way. I don't know if I should put the bracket in now and then cut the foam around the bracket. If I do this on top of the foam, then the actual acoustic foam tile will run up against the side of the show and kind of make it look flush mount. So I think I'm going to do that, but that is the way that is going to be mounted, and there is power for that. So yeah, just a little update. Wanted to keep you guys posted, and I'm still making progress and busting my butt in here trying to get ready to put up. I guess I'm going to do either this foam insulation next or start on the ceiling. I kind of need 2 people to do the ceiling, so I'm holding off on that. But guys, I appreciate you keeping tuned into the video and checking out all the progress on the studio. It'll just take me probably another couple of weeks to get it done, and I'll keep you guys posted. And we're constantly streaming live on the channel as I work, so please tune in and like and subscribe. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.
This is spin. You ready?
1 billion. Oh my God! Yeah. Let's go.
I don't have a jacket.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
That's
You
my.
gotta hold the jacket.
In the Supercar Street Racing kitchen today, you got Brad here, and this morning we are checking out the Crafter's Mark picture light. This is a wireless, meaning it recharges picture light. You can see it right there, sitting so fresh and so fly. You can see the mounting hardware that came with it, and you can see the remote control, the charging cable. They even give you some screws, and then this is the manual. And today we're going to be taking a look at this on the channel, so hang out and let's check this out. This tiny Tesla has nothing to do with this wireless Crafter's Mark picture light that we have sitting on the counter today in Supercar Street Racing. Right in front of me, we have already unboxed this thing for the purpose of going ahead and charging it so that after that, we can go ahead and do a full review and hang this Crafter's Mark picture light up in the SCSR garage. We're gonna be adding this over our SCSR custom artwork that we made there. But now let's take a close and in-depth look at everything that is in the Crafter's Mark wireless picture light. We do have the one in brass right here sitting in front of us to check out. All right, a further look at what's inside of the box here with the Crafter's Mark. You get this nice hanging bracket that goes right on this. Basically, the way you do this is you screw, the screw's already in the bottom of this, you remove the screw, take it out and screw it to this bracket like this, which we will do here momentarily. And that's how you mount that. Then this ball gets screwed into the end of here, right? And then so that's what magnetically attaches this bracket to the light so that the light is removable to be recharged. Now I'm curious as how long this light actually lasts. We will be testing that as well. And then further in the box, we do have a remote control right here. We have our mounting screws to mount it to the wall and a short pigtail USB Type-C right here. Let's take a look at this remote control now. All right, the remote for the wireless picture light is sitting in front of me and it uses AAA batteries just like this. Let's go ahead and load these AAA batteries up. We did end up getting our remote control batteries loaded into the back of the remote, but I am unable to get the back to stay on for some reason. It does want to fall off. It won't click shut. So I don't know, probably a defective back right there, but yeah, the back just falls off for some reason. Not sure why. On the front of the remote control, you can see our on off button right there. There is a plus minus brightness adjustment. Right below that, there is a timer for 2, 4, or 8 hours. And then at the bottom, they have a warm white, neutral white, and cold white setting on the remote control, which we will test out as soon as we get a full charge on the actual picture light. Okay, so mounting the light is pretty simple here. You have this plate that goes on the wall that's secured by screws, which they did provide here, but also if you take this bracket here and you look at the very bottom, there was a screw there. You simply line up this hole here, the small hole with the small hole in the bracket, and then put the screw right in from the other side like this. Just like that is how it works. And you just take your screwdriver here and tighten up the bracket. Just like that. This thing is ready to be mounted to the wall now by those two screws right there. Okay, for the next step of this, we just have to take our magnetic ball here and go ahead and screw it into the end of this pipe adapter bracket thing. That is it. Pretty simple. And now this adapter bracket mounting plate is magnetic and the light will stick directly onto this part. My plan right here and right now is to try not to use drywall inserts. It's not very heavy, so the combined total of weight here shouldn't be too much that it would pull regular drywall screws out of the wall. We'll just have to be careful when we remove the light. We hold the bracket so we don't rip the drywall screws right out. I'm just gonna use what they gave me, but they did give me inserts. Should I use those maybe? I don't know, let's go see. We are out here in the SCSR compound garage, and you can see my custom canvas artwork right there for the Tesla Model S Plaid, and then my Tesla print right down there. Now my plan is to light up above this. So we're gonna go up there and mount the light up there. So we will need a chair or stool to get up there, and then we'll go ahead and center it and then level it and then put it straight up there. Let's go. Out in the SCSR garage now, and our goal is simply one thing today: to center this bracket above this print, and so that would put us at half of 29.5 is our goal here. That should be the center. So I'm just gonna go straight up here above that. Right there. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get some long drywall screws for this. I did acquire some long drywall screws for this. So all we have to do is get close and get this thing kind of level. And don't forget that the actual light is on a magnet ball mount, so you can actually turn that to make that level as well. And all I'm gonna do is center it right there. I'm centering it with the Plaid logo. I'm just gonna make a mark. And all we need to do is screw this bad boy in. Oh, let me grab the light and see if this is going to cover the picture. That should be fine. All right, that's fine. So now all we have to do is level this with our level and put the other screw in. So I'll put my level on top and then go ahead and push in my screw. This is ready, guys. Drive it right in. It's not tight. If it pulls out, I'll use their inserts for it. It's really light though. Okay, our prep work is done. All we have to do now is go ahead and mount this. And over here on the switch, you have on, and then when you press it again, it changes the color temperature. And then holding it down, it goes off. Just like that, that's all you have to do. And let's turn it on. And we have our new light. And stepping back, you can see our nice artwork lit up there. Very bright. We do have our remote, even though I couldn't get the back to stay on, probably just an issue with the back, but looks like this is the infrared receiver for the remote. So just make sure you have that facing the right direction. And then we can go ahead and dim the light, increase it. And let's take note, it is 1:10 p.m. And I put the light on the second click up, and then we're gonna see how long this lasts. And then at night tonight, we'll come out here again and show you guys what it looks like at night. But that's a good look at the light mounted, and the output is very nice, and it does light up this whole entire picture. It'd be cool to have another one down there at the bottom, but I don't have a second one. So for now, we're gonna see how long this lasts. All right, I wanted to show you guys some of the features of the remote. So this is the color temperature. That is neutral, that's cool, and that's warm. There's also a timer function on here, 2, 4, or 8 hours. When you press it, the light will go off, and that is it. You can dim and raise the brightness there. That is full, 1. There are 3 total brightness levels. This is the lowest, and that is the medium, and that is the brightest. I'm gonna go to medium. And then there's basically just on, off, and that are all of the features of the remote control for the rechargeable LED picture frame light. All right, guys, it is now 9:16 p.m. in Supercar Street Racing compound. So this has been running for 8 hours. Let's go outside into the garage and see what it looks like now after 8 hours. All right, so here is the SCSR garage with the wireless. And I know the colors are probably exaggerated because at night the phone tends to oversaturate the colors, but that is after 8 hours of battery life, it is still running strong. And we'll be curious to see tomorrow morning what happens with this picture frame. But you can see it lights up that on low light just fine, and it's pretty cool. Lighting up the SCSR custom artwork that I ordered online, and probably another one would be nice right here, lighting up this guy. I'll see if the manufacturer wants to send me a second one to put right there, but I'm curious how many days or hours that will go with one battery charge. But we're already at 8 hours. We have no issues whatsoever battery life, and it is on the lowest setting in the garage, and it looks fire, dog. Let's go, dog. We'll check it again in the morning and see if it's still on. If not, hey, it's still a win for Supercar Street Racing and you guys. All right, it is the next day out in the Supercar Street Racing garage, and you can see here that the light is still running strong the next day. It's still on low, and it still looks like it has the same amount of power that it did yesterday. That means it was been running since 1 p.m. yesterday afternoon, so put the math together in your head. This thing's been running for a pretty long time. And I have to say, that's pretty cool. If I only have to charge it once every other day or once every 3 days, I don't mind doing that just to have some ambient light in here. But yeah, so far so good for the picture light, the rechargeable picture light. And now let's throw it to Supercar Street Racing Studios, where Brad has a bunch of more information about this wireless charging picture light and where you can pick yours up and how you can help represent the channel Supercar Street Racing to help us grow. Let's throw it out there right now to the Supercar Street Racing 4K production studio. Hey guys, welcome to Supercar Street Racing. You're back in the 4K production studio with Brad, and today we have a generous gift from Crafters Mark. They donated to the channel one of these awesome picture lights to hang on your wall over your artwork. Now this does come in 3 different colors. You can see right here, gold, black, and brass. Now the one we got was gold colored, and I do like that in the SCSR garage. The light is still running after a day and a half of being lit up, so it does have a great battery life. It is on sale right now, so go ahead and go to the link in the description and pick up your light, because this company would love for you to check it out, and I highly recommend it. It has 3 color temperatures, 3 levels of brightness, and an on-off switch and a timer. Go ahead to the description, get your light right now. You can see right here, it shows you that it does a very wide light range and stronger color rendition than the other lights. 3 color temperatures, a 350 lumen high brightness on the light, a timer setting, convenient charging, so basically it's magnetic. You pull it off the little ball there, you put it on your USB Type-C charger, and it just does charge straight up for you. All right guys, thanks for checking out the Crafters Mark wireless art light. We're so glad to have you on the channel again. Please like and subscribe, and go down in the description. Buy anything you want through any of our links in the description, and it gives me just a little bit of credit on Amazon. We got to get out of here because I'm wearing guitar pants and we have to go to dinner later. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Supercar Street Racing, and here we have the 2014 Club Car Precedent. Today we're going to be doing our first mod. We're going to see what happens when we try this. If you take a look at these side skirts here, someone thought it was a good idea to put a ugly chrome diamond plate side skirt on here. We're going to be taking these off, and maybe, I don't think we can take this off. This is actually part of the, I don't know why every single thing on a golf cart has to have a logo on it. That's ugly. It wraps all the way around here like this. Can't get the Ingersoll Rand off of there, but we're going to take these side skirts off and attempt to paint them matte black. I've got the paint up here on the table, and I got it from that orange store, Home Depot, and it is Fusion all-in-one. And I did pick up new screws for the steering wheel. However, I thought they were tapered like this, but they actually are not. The ones that are in there are just regular old screws. So I bought the wrong screws, and I don't currently have a vehicle to get back to the hardware store. But yeah, that's what's happening today. Supercar street racing. Alright guys, welcome back, and it looks like today there's a screw missing here, but I think our objective is to remove these 4 screws and take this off. The actual chrome plating is chipping off of this, but let's get the screwdriver out and get this guy off of there ASAP. The screwdriver is in the shed, but I have old reliable Black & Decker here, so this guy has never let me down. I've had the screwdriver for years and years. This screwdriver is really good. For a cheap Walmart screwdriver, it's a lithium-ion battery. It has come through many times. That screw won't come out. I think this just slips off now. I don't feel any screws on the side at all. Feels like it's loose. And there is an ugly skirt under it, and they have screwed holes in this as well, which makes this unusable now. So what we're gonna do now, right here, right now, is take the other side off. Moving to the other side. So the side skirts are the Ingersoll Rand side skirts. I can't even say it. And moving on to the next step, we will prep, but first we will clean what we have here. Okay, so I got the deglosser out here, and I went over these one time. I'm going to go ahead and go over them again with deglosser. This basically takes off shine and helps the paint to stick. And these things are absolutely trashed. So I am either going to, if this doesn't look good after painting, then they are going to be replaced, the original side skirts, with the same ABS plastic ones. But yeah, this thing is, these are ready to be painted. I think I'm just gonna paint it right here. And yeah, I mean, try not to get overspray on my card. Maybe I'll throw like a sheet over it or something. But yeah, I'm gonna do that next. All right, ready to paint these things. It's actually pretty cold out here. It might take a while to dry. right, my yard guys got here. That would cause an absolute mess. I went ahead and brought the side skirts back inside the garage, and I got the heater out here because it's pretty cold. The only thing I don't have any black screws, so I don't know if I should paint these screws or what. I'll probably throw a little paint on the top of them. Maybe I could just like do a quick you know, like touch up of them when they're on the cart itself and kind of put a sheet around it so I don't get anything all over the cart. But yeah, so the first coat is on. I think it's sticking. Thought I saw a couple places where it might be bubbling, but the deglosser usually does pretty good. It's going to need multiple coats for sure. So I'll put 2 or 3 coats on this, probably 3, and we'll see what's happening. We'll let these dry for about 30 minutes. All right, out here ready for the second coat. First coat came out awesome. I do have the heater going in here. It feels nice. Let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and try to put them back on and see how they look. Right out here, and there is some abnormal wear on this passenger side tire in the front. I'm going to go ahead and rotate the tires, hopefully, if I can get that done. I think I have all the tools I need, and then we'll figure out what's causing the wear on this. It may be bushings is what someone was telling me, but we got to figure that out and replace whatever is shot. All right, so I rotated the tires and found some weirdness on the PSI. So this tire is, they're all over the place basically. This tire is at 32, the other one is at 17. I read online a good PSI is 20 PSI. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some air out of this one and air the other ones up. All right, everybody, we're out here, Rich and Trish, and we are decorating the cart for the annual golf cart parade. And we have probably one of the best carts, I would say. We have like passengers riding on the sides. We have the snowman and the Santa Claus. We have garland, we have balls, we have lights, a Christmas tree, which we haven't decided what we're going to do with yet, but let me turn the lights off so you guys can actually see. And let's shut the door. And we get a good look at night.
And this is coming.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, it went off. Oh, it's got issues. And there it is at night. This thing looks crazy. Oh my God. This thing looks insane.
I love it.
Oh, the light came back on. It's so good though, man. Oh my God, you guys made his entire day. Look. He is locked on target. Yeah, he's gonna start barking in a second. Just got an alert over here on the show that I think something is in my garage. Let's see. It's always a mystery where things are going to be. Aha! Check it out. We got a new package here on Sunday night. Oh yeah, I am so hyped for this. What we're looking at today on the channel. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Supercar Street Racing. You got Brad again today, and I'm super excited about an upgrade for the channel that we just got right here in front of me. And this is the HyperX Quadcast microphone. So I've been needing a microphone for a while now on the channel. I've been suffering with just the camera mic and also this little lavalier mic, which also is low in quality. We're probably gonna have to get another mic at least some point in the future for lavalier use, and maybe a couple, because I do a lot of things with other people. And today we have this awesome HyperX RGB Quadcast mic. It just arrived fresh from Amazon in my garage, and today we're gonna open it up and take a look at what's inside the box. We're gonna open this up, test it, and see what the audio quality is like, and doing some actual voiceovers. All right, so we have the HyperX Quadcast mic here in front of me. This is a USB microphone. It comes in two colors. It comes in black and white, and today we have the lovely white microphone here. I chose the white color. It was actually cheaper. I want to say I paid about $130 for this microphone, and I think the black was $150. And if you don't want the RGB, which of course I did, you can get away with actually a cheaper price on these for just a single color. But I like the RGB. I think it'll look cool in the new studio once we get that built. And I'm super hyped to open this up, so let's get started here. Guys, we are back at Supercar Street Racing with the HyperX Quadcast microphone, and it is time to actually open up this guy and see what's inside. So let's get our Smith & Wesson going here. So this is a $150 something mic. There will be a link in the description for it, and we hope that you can click through our links. Even if you're not buying this mic, please click through that link or any of our links when you buy Amazon products. It really helps me out. I don't make any money off of the channel, but it does help me greatly when you buy your things through the Supercar Street Racing affiliate links. So here's the HyperX Quadcast microphone ready to be unsheathed from the cardboard condom. Let's give it an open. Love the packaging already. Very cool packaging. Doesn't look cheap at all. Microphone has really good reviews, especially the lower priced ones. This one is the higher priced one because it's a Quadcast. I think the regular one called, I forgot what the regular name is for the one that doesn't do Quadcast, single cast or something like that. But this one has 4 patterns on the microphone. 4 polar patterns, which is why it's called the Quadcast, obviously. And inside the box, the first thing we have is a HyperX little information sheet that says that they have you covered. Says if you have issues with your products, then you can contact their team for technical support, so which is awesome. So that's what we're hoping for here. Next thing we have is a little HyperX welcome. Congratulations on joining the HyperX family. It has some of their RGB products on the front and a little welcome from HyperX on the back. Now we have I think it is a product information sheet, customer information sheet right here. And of course, now we have the quick start guide here for the HyperX Quadcast microphone, which is very small writing and I can't see at all. So this will be hard to read for me. But anyway, it should be plug and play. There is software for the microphone, and I don't know if it goes past the RGB level to tweak the mic, but there is software. HyperX Ingenuity software is what you have to download from hypergaming.com/ingenuity, and that is inside of this lovely quick start guide for the HyperX Quadcast microphone. Now we have inside of the box here. So it is encased in plastic. I do see kind of a large cord in there. It's encased in a plastic like pancake of goodness here. And there is a warranty actually on the inside of the box, which is pretty interesting. There's a bunch of writing on the inside of the box. It's not something you see every day. You can't actually read the inside of the box. And now we have this beautiful pancake of plasticness to open. And it does say pull, and it snaps right apart here. And inside here is the beautiful quadcast microphone for your enjoyment. It is very awesome looking. And something fell out of the box, and it looks like, yep, it is looks like a connector for a mic stand, but I'm not 100% sure. I do have a mic stand. I have all the audio equipment to do live music, so I might still have my mic stand, I think. I'll have to go look. But so far so good. We've got the mic unboxed here. So I dug through the closet and I haven't used my mic stand in a bit. It's just off to the side here. It is a Proline mic stand. So we will be able to use this adapter here, it looks like, to put the mic on an actual stand, and that is awesome. So let's get this out, and first thing we have is our USB cable. Opening our USB cable here, it looks pretty high quality. It is braided, and it has USB type B on one side and a USB type C on the other side. And of course, the USB type B goes to the computer, and the USB type C will go to the back of the microphone here, where there is a USB-C connector, and there is also a mini headphone jack. So if you want to connect your headphones here, you can also do that. That is the extent of what is inside of the box with the microphone. And now for the next part of this, we're going to move over to the computer and actually install this. All right, we are back here underneath the Supercar Street Racing editing rig, and I see the back here. I'm trying to find a USB type B, and I see one at the very top there. I'm going to connect right there to that USB type B port. We are back over here at the Supercar Street Racing editing PC. We have our HyperX Quadcast mic set up here, plugged into a available USB type B port. Let's go ahead and power on this awesome editing rig here. See what happens. There we have it. So let's go ahead and log in here, and we have our last project up here that we were working on, the Florida Keys trip. Go ahead and close that out, and we have our USB Type-C connection here. Let's go ahead and plug in the mic, and I'm assuming you put it right through that little slot right there. And instantly we have awesome colors popping up on the HyperX Quadcast. I absolutely think that is the coolest thing ever. Check out the colors are rotating through different types of RGB awesomeness, and let's go to HyperX Ingenuity software download. Ingenuity. Okay, accept. And let's see. Download for Windows. Oh, it's a Microsoft app. Not that I really need it if it doesn't work. But I don't want to be downloading stuff with the Microsoft Store. That is kind of depressing. It has bad reviews as well. Let's see if it's making us sign up or anything in the store. Okay, it is downloading the HyperX app. A lot of people are saying it's broken. We don't really need it, honestly, if that's the only thing that we have for our guy here. Let's go ahead and say yes. You guys are not able to see this, but we have the HyperX software downloading right here. And there is our microphone, volume monitoring and headphone volume. And it looks like we have a lights option here. So there is our software, and it is set on wave effect right now, and you can slow down and speed up the light action right here and change the colors, and it looks like you can add effects. Lightning wave VU meter. Let's try VU meter. Add. Test 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3 4. Yep, it does respond to your voice pretty well. Let's go back to wave, which I like. Huh, interesting, it did not stay on wave. It is not staying on. It took like 8 tries and now it is on wave again. So yes, the software does have some issues. Check 1 2, it's back on. It keeps going back on VU. It is really buggy. It won't go back on, there it is. Oh, no. It's stuck on VU now, I'm so mad. Light sync. Yeah, it's causing the light sync. Unlink to manage the microphone by itself. It doesn't work. Look, it's going back to the other effect. Yeah, it's really buggy, I can tell you right now. I'm not really bummed about it. The light is sort of a secondary thing for me. It doesn't look like wave is even working. Light sync is cooler when you have more than one compatible device. So there's a light sync option here, and there is a microphone option. And let's just put all the effects in and see what they are. Lightning is on. It's supposed to be on, but it's not working. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on wave. And that is all for the Ingenuity app. It is not that amazing, and it does basic lighting changes. We are back with the HyperX Quadcast, which has very good reviews online, but apparently their software is kind of janky for the lighting. But there is a polar pattern adjustment knob right here on top. And in the manual here, it says that the very left-hand setting with 2 little circles together would be stereo. The next setting, which is a big circle, is omnidirectional, so you would use that for if you had multiple people sitting at a table. The next one is cardioid, and then the last one is bidirectional. And I'm assuming it works with the mic facing you. And then the gain is at the bottom of the microphone. So it is a rotating thing at the bottom that goes from no little dots all the way up to big little dots to adjust the gain. We will take a look at that momentarily. And that is all for the adjustments, and you can hook up a pair of headphones right back here above the microphone input, or the USB Type-C, and I will buy a pair of nice headphones for this. So now let's just get that thing going, and we're going to switch over to the webcam for this part of the show. All right, guys, so we have one camera set up over here, and right here on Supercar Street Racing, we have our webcam set up, and we have the Kingston HyperX Quadcast in front of us here, and we have OBS Studio running right here, and I added the mic by going to the little plus thing here with sources. I did audio input device, and then I selected the HyperX Quadcast, and now down here at the bottom we have our audio levels affecting our gain on the microphone, and I have it cranked up pretty good to get to almost the red on the VU meters up here, and right here on the screen you can see the HyperX Ingenuity app. So let's go over to Amazon. So let's open up our Amazon page here on the other screen. I hear one of the devices going crazy in the other room because I said the word. Let's look at our orders here. And here is the order for the HyperX Quadcast RGB USB condenser microphone for PC, PS5, blah, blah, blah. And as you can see, it has 49,000 reviews. This thing is a bestseller. Okay, so it was $129. I hear audio going somewhere in the back. Amazon, stop the station. Interesting how it wakes up at its own leisure. So here we have our audio directly from the HyperX Quadcast, and I hope that this is a good indicator of what this microphone can do compared to this very cheap lavalier microphone. So I will read this to you twice. Once we'll go with the HyperX, the second time we will go with the lavalier audio. HyperX Quadcast S, RGB USB condenser microphone for PC, PS5, Mac, anti-vibration shock mount, 4 polar patterns, pop filter, gain control, gaming, streaming, podcast, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and it is white. I'll play that back for you guys here on post-production, going through both. The first one will be through the HyperX, and the second one will be through the actual lavalier microphone, which is connected to the camera over on my right here. HyperX Quadcast S, RGB USB condenser microphone for PC, PS5, Mac, anti-vibration shock mount, 4 polar patterns, pop filter, gain control, gaming, streaming, podcast, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and it is. And I will read you a little more copy here as if I was reading a commercial. I used to do voiceovers for television and radio, so let's do that now. So, about this item, radiant RGB lighting with dynamic effects, personalized stunning RGB lighting and dynamic effects for an eye-catching shot of customizable style. So that's kind of how I would read that if I was doing a professional voiceover. Let's go to the next section here. Built-in anti-vibration shock mount. Isolate the mic and suppress the sound of unintentional rumbles and bumps with the elastic rope suspension. And that is right here on the side of the mic. So it is held up with elastic ropes, which keeps the vibration down to a minimal. Let's try another one. This is fun. Tap to mute sensor with LED status indicator. Use the convenient tap to mute functionality to prevent an audio accident along with the help of the LED mic status indicator. If the light is on, the mic is active. If the light is off, the mic is muted. So the mic is not muted because I see the HyperX Quadcast actually on the screen in OBS Studio there. Get back on camera a little bit. And let's go to the next section here. 4 selectable polar patterns. Choose between 4 polar patterns: stereo, omnidirectional, cardioid, and bidirectional. To optimize your broadcast setup and keep the focus on the sounds you want to be heard. Customizable via HyperX Ingenuity software. Personalize your RGB lighting and effects with HyperX Ingenuity software. And that software is here. HyperX Ingenuity app, which unfortunately you have to download through the Microsoft Store, but here is the microphone there, and then if you go to the lights part, here is where you set the type of effects, but honestly it doesn't want to stay on the effect that I put, so I think you have to hit save to microphone. Let's see, maybe that was it, maybe I was just doing it wrong. So this is wave, and you can add other effects to this. They have cycle, lightning, wave, VU meter, solid, and maybe there's more, I don't know. That's all they show right here on the actual app. So back to this microphone. So this thing has the capability to do, let's take a look at this 360 degree view here. This has the capability to do more than one pattern so that you can have a quadcast podcast. It can pick up 4 people around a table. It's probably going to be a little echoey in here, hopefully not. I haven't really used a great microphone in here, but we're going to see how this microphone sounds. But the gain is up pretty high there, and I think also on the level meters, the actual level controls. So not sure how that's going to sound, but I'm pretty pumped to check it out. Okay guys, we actually have the microphone connected now directly to the phone. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm going to go back here where I am in the pattern. Alright, so we are connected directly to the phone, and we are recording directly through the phone with our Kingston HyperX, and this is not going through the PC. So let's read another little bit of copy here going directly to the phone and see if there is a noticeable difference in the audio quality, because I did have the gain turned wide open before. So, radiant RGB lighting with dynamic effects. Personalize stunning RGB lighting and dynamic effects for an eye-catching shot of customizable style. So we're going to listen to that and see what this sounds like recording directly through. This is a USB-C to USB-C cable recording directly from the Kingston HyperX to the phone. This is the microphone stand that is destined for use with the Kingston mic right here, and if you notice here you get this connector for the mount, and what you do is run this old mount off. This is for a regular standard microphone, so you just like back this ring off here, and then you can unscrew this, and this part screws directly onto your microphone stand, which will go in the studio eventually. Here is this connector and how it works with the mic. You just undo the mic from this standard mount here, this table mount. You screw this through the mount, and then this microphone will mount directly to the stand. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the mess. It is messy when I shoot. I have a lot of stuff out. And I hope you will like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you guys next time on Supercar Street Racing. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Supercar Street Racing here. Today we have a product here we're going to take a look at, see how it works for us. It is the Orion MotorTech Fluid Extractor. We're going to get this thing opened up and see what is actually in the box. Taking a look inside the box for the MotorTech extractor here. This is a 200 milliliter fluid extractor. And taking a look at the actual extractor here, we can see that it says you can do brake work with one man. And the reason that we got this extractor is because on the golf cart, the oil change is super difficult because of having to take off the bottom tray out of the vehicle. So we're going to try this and see if we can extract the oil directly out of the crankcase through the dipstick reservoir. And then we will be adding oil back with this as well. The golf cart, I believe, takes just a little over a quart of oil, and it is the break-in period. So we are needing to change the oil and put new oil in it for post break-in after it had 250 miles put on it. See right here, the instruction manual is for the little 200 milliliter extractor from Orion Motor Tech. And inside here, it gives you some warnings. It shows you a parts list. It looks like it comes with 2 hoses here and also a little extra little nozzle for the end of the hose. It's got 1 small hose and 1 large hose here. So it says that one of the hoses right here is 0.95 centimeters and the other one is 0.6 centimeters. Taking a look right here. The adapter is on the end here. And the barrel right here. There's the adapter. The actual hinge here. And then it tells you how to operate the extractor. And it says be careful because some fluids will affect the paint of your vehicle if you're using it. So what we're going to be using this for is, like I said before, we will take the little dipstick screw thing out and try to pull the oil out of the golf cart without having to take off the drain plug, because the drain plug is blocked by a big under tray with about 30 screws that have to come out. And I'm hoping this will do the trick to change the oil in the cart. Okay, we're out here in the garage now. We need to get set up. So what we're going to do first is go ahead and get some lighting under here. I've got a little fluorescent light that we can run underneath the cart. We'll go ahead and get set up. So what I'm going to do now is, you can see that is the dipstick area. I'm going to get our extractor here and try to extract from that dipstick and put it into this 2-liter bottle that I got right there. Now notice that I did put the cart up on the ramp on this side so that all the oil would flow to the dipstick side of the engine. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try now with this extractor. And all you have to do to get this extractor going is put the tube directly into the end of this hole, and we will start off with the bigger one. So what you do is, all you do is push it into the hole it's in. To get it out, you pull down on the blue washer and it comes right out. So this thing is ready to go now. Literally just put this into the dipstick and try to suck out the oil, which I've never tried before. So let's do that now. All right, I'm getting my gloves on here to get ready to try this. I'm hoping I don't have to go ahead and put this thing up on ramps and take the bottom tray off, because really you need all 4 wheels off the ground to do that. But let's give this thing a shot. I did some research. One place says 14 or 1.4 liters. The other one says 1.1 liters. So I don't know what the correct is. Literally says two different things. Engine oil capacity, which is 1,100 milliliters or 1,400 milliliters. At the same time, it says to fill the oil up until the oil is on the 4th mark here, which would be 4 from the bottom, I'm guessing, because they don't say, which is basically halfway. So I'm going to start with 1,100 milliliters, then check the oil and see if I can even see it, because I couldn't see it last time. So I guess we'll need to get our squeeze bottle out to put the oil back in and start doing some oil, or we can use our new extractor to do the same thing. This is hilarious, Haggard stuff. My funnel is way too big to pour into this bottle, so I'm using this oil filter removal tool because it has a little hole at the bottom. So we're going to see how big of a mess we make with this. We got to make sure we don't overfill. And we are using fully synthetic SuperTech oil from Walmart, which is just as good as any of the other brands that we've done some research on, and we know this stuff is good oil, if not better than a lot of the synthetics that you buy off the shelf. So far, so good. We only need a little bit more. Oh, we got close. We got close. We got real close. And that should do it. Now all we gotta do is clean up our big ass mess. Should be about 1,100. The difficult part's going to be checking it after, because you can't really tell on the dipstick what is what. It's very hard to see. We got our bottle ready to go and cleaned. I like to keep it pretty clean, like in the work area. And this is how we will be adding oil back. It is to the top. It couldn't be more full. Actually dripping out because I squeezed it. Don't squeeze the bottle while you're working on it. Okay, this thing's ready to go. Let's head back out to the garage. One thing I didn't even think about is whether this bottle is going to be able to actually get in there and inject this oil. But we're gonna find out right now. I think we're okay. There is a exhaust right in the way. Getting the oil back in is very tough. I had to wrap some tape around the end of my funnel to get it to work because it was too big. I did eventually get most of the oil in there with the funnel. However, I couldn't tip the bottle up enough to get the last little bit in, so I used the extractor and pushed the oil back in. And now the oil change is done. We have to check the oil though, and if it needs any more, we'll have to get it out of the quart bottle or sorry, the 5 quart bottle that we got inside of the oil. Now there is a procedure for checking the oil here, and it says that we have to let's see, it just says, it doesn't say. I'm going to look and see how you check the actual oil here. All right, we're supposed to start the engine and let it warm up for a few minutes, turn it off, wait a few minutes, and inspect the level. And it should, this one says, yeah, about halfway up the stick there. Let's go ahead and start the vehicle. Neutral. And that's on. All right, we're gonna let this warm up for a couple minutes, then check the oil. Okay, it's been sitting for a few minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can check the oil level, which I tried once before, and it's kind of difficult to see on the dipstick. It's really a dumb kind of system. But I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. Oh yeah, that's hot. That's me getting burned by the exhaust, which is right next to the oil drain plug. Yeah, I mean, you can't really tell. It doesn't say also whether you screw it in all the way or just check it when it's out. So I'm going to see, screwed it in all the way and see if I can see any oil on it now. Yeah, I mean, you can't tell at all. It's just ridiculous. It's got oil on it even when you don't screw it in all the way. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to add any more oil. I only put 1100 and it says do not overfill. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. And so that's going to do it for this video. And this is the extractor that we use. This is the OMT fluid extractor we use to change the oil. And I would highly recommend it. It works great. Did the job perfectly, actually. So yeah, go ahead and pick up one of these if you can, and we'll see you soon on Supercar Street Racing.
This guy was really trying to get me. He was like jumping at me. I don't know what he is, but his head is definitely not round. It's like weird shaped diamond.
Go for it. Oh yeah, it's back. It's back. Let's go. Look, it's still not getting up on plane right. Look.
Is that the gator right there?
No, yeah, it is. That's a little one though. He can't even get his mouth around it. He ran. But the big one? Dude, you're gonna get caught in the weeds over there? It's something's up, man.
No, it's back to normal.
No, it takes a minute to get on plane.
See, do I have to drive him straight?
Dang, that thing rips. All right, we're in the 2023 Model S Plaid, and this is how you punch it. Oh yeah, just like that. There it is. There it goes. Joe. Joe. There it goes. There it goes. Oh my God. Yo. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God, dude, come see this shit.
Holy shit!
Oh my God.
It looks like a firework.
Dude.
Yeah, it looks like a firework, man.
They don't even care.
Oh
Whoa.
the video, Brad. Zoom in with your.
Yo, 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 yo. Why are they laughing? Why are they laughing at us? Yo.
Brad, you gotta see this video.
We're gonna hear it. We're gonna hear it in like 5 seconds. Yo, dude, look at this.
Boom.
You're about to hear it. You're about to hear it. Oh my God, dude. That's sick.
Oh! Oh, that's
Let's
sick.
go. Let's go, dog.
That's cool.
Look at that thing go. Holy crap.
Is that it?
Dude, you will never see this again in your life.
The more you know.
Right? Dude. Dang, that thing is cool. Holy crap. Yo, this is amazing. Joe! Oh! Stage step. Let's go. There you go. Stage separation.
Now, we'll see it land.
No, it's drone chip.
What?
Drone chip. There it goes. There it goes.
This one's not coming back?
Drone chip. Yeah, it's going to drone chip. That is crazy. Oh my God.
Because on Thursday, we seen it come back. And after it landed, you hear the boom.
Yep. We get to hear that. That's dumb. Okay. Yo, that was cool.
Thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, that was awesome, right?
Yeah, it was.
Coolest thing ever. I still got like a bead on it. I still got it. Yeah. Still got it. Still got it. Joe. I still got it. Yeah. Got it. The best one. Still got it. Joe, still got it. I still got it. Yeah, I still got it.
Okay, so
It's rumored that you couldn't sneak in liquor or anything in a bottle on your checked-in bags, but on your carry-on you can.
So
We've
let's
been
see.
waiting.
Is it
We've
in
been-
there?
We've been waiting.
Is it in there? Is it in there? That's the key. Let's go! They stole it.
They took it out.
They took it. They took it. 100%. You're running out of time.
I told you, let me call
You're
him.
running out of
The
time.
dude was like, I can make that happen, but hope it's not too late.
You're running out of time.
You fucked up.
You're running out of time to open this.
Brad, you fucked up.
You got 15
You
seconds.
should let me
Come
go.
on, hurry.
God.
Hurry.
Where am I going? This right here?
Zipper, hurry. Oh my God!
We got one through. How is mine not in here?
You got gypped, dog. Let's. What's happening, guys? Got my BC Rich Warlock right here. Never been played. At least not by me. Bought it and put it on the wall. Just wanted to show you guys this cool guitar. But today we're going to take a look at leather seat treatment and what is the best method for treating these. And there's a secret unknown ingredient I'm going to show you that you can buy online or in your local grocery store or drugstore, and you can treat your leather seats with it. It's one I found at a flea market that I refurbished. I have a few of them on the walls. So today I'm going to show you leather interior conditioning and cleaning, and you probably don't know about this method. It's a method that I saw online and I've been trying it. So I'm going to show you how to do it, the products to use, and the methods, and that's coming up. All right, everybody, we got some of the most common interior leather products here. I want to take a look at all these, let you see them. So the first thing we have here is from Griot's Garage, and it is called Leather 3-in-1. It says it's safe for all leathers, produces soft and supple finish, and durable UV protection. Now, it's interesting because every time I go to Advanced Auto Parts, I find a different product by Griot's, and so I never get the same product twice, and I don't understand why that is and why they have so many different products for leather. This is called Leather 3-in-1. It's in a bottle that's not clear. Next we have here Leather Care, and that is also from Griot's, and it says cleans and preserves leather. Gently cleans all leather, extends life, and dries clear. And then the next thing we have here is Griot's Leather Care Spray, cleans and preserves leather. Don't ask me why they have so many products that all do pretty much the same thing. So I buy whatever they have. It is not cheap. And I'm just going to tell you right now, you're going to pay for quality products for your leather interior. Okay? So that is the first three. Now, here's one you probably don't know about. This is Nourishing Coconut Milk Shampoo by this company called OGX. See if I can get the camera to focus there. So you can buy this on Amazon, or you can buy it in your local supermarket. And this is Nourishing Coconut Milk Shampoo. Very interesting. I saw this online by one guy, and I decided to give it a shot, and sure enough, it's good stuff. I actually put it, now on the SL65, the whole entire leather interior is, or the whole entire interior is made of leather. All the surfaces are covered with leather, and it's actually designer. It's like an upgrade from the SL55. I forgot what the name of it is. I think it's called Exclusive Leather. So I use this product on the entire interior of the car, and then sometimes I use these three on the next round of detailing. So I'll use this 1 week, and then I'll go back to one of these three. Now online, it does say that you should use this first and then follow up with one of these three, but I don't do that. I think that's a little bit of overkill, and I'll show you why when we get the coconut milk on there.
Supposedly this is such a good thing because not only does it condition the seats, but it also cleans them as you are putting it on. I'm going to show you how to apply these products, specifically this coconut milk one, right now. Alright, we got the coconut milk nourishing shampoo here from OGX. Got a clean chamois cloth here. This is all I ever use for the interior of the car, so we're going to go ahead and start using this. What I like to do is just put some on the seat right there, like that. Pretty simple process, obviously. Take this chamois and rub it in really good. Make sure you get all of the seat. And as you notice here, it is going to go in the holes because these seats are heated and ventilated, but it will dry eventually. So don't worry about it if it gets in the holes of the seat, but if you're super worried about it, you can just like press in harder and they will all. Now if you notice, what that leaves on the seat is like a nice conditioned surface. You can definitely tell that this stuff does a great job on the leather, on cleaning it and conditioning it. It doesn't take very much, and once you put some on there, you can just grab it and, you know, move it around here. So I like to be pretty generous on the application, and don't forget the sides of the seats here, even though they're not really in sight, and the fronts. The obvious is to get all the bolsters, but don't forget all the sides. Pretty much anywhere you have leather in the car, you want to go ahead and apply this stuff. So you can also just, if you want to, apply it directly to the rag like that. And then, you know, just directly onto it if you don't want to pour it out first. And I know the lighting's not very good in here, but as you can see, it leaves the leather really in good shape after it's done. And even when it dries, you're going to notice that the leather is, you know, nice and soft and conditioned. It is a different type of the way it feels compared to the other products over there. The spray, I find, I don't really like it as much as the pastes. I just feel like it leaves a kind of a watery finish that I don't feel is as high quality as the pastes are. So even though that stuff is the same exact price, I do like the pastes better, so I tend to buy those. I just wanted to try it since they did have it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this seat, and then I'll be back with the finished product. Got this whole entire seat conditioned now. Looks great. I try to do these seats, actually the whole interior of the car, once a week, regardless if I drive it or not. Notice here, all the door panels and everything on this car are laid with leather, and the dash. The lights did go out. Let me get those lights back on. So yeah, the whole entire interior of this car is overlaid with what's called exclusive leather, which is definitely an upgrade over the 55 and 600 versions. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now and give you an update when that's finished. Alright, got the other side done. It's kind of what it looks like there. Sorry, the lighting's not that great in here. Yeah, both sides are done now. And then next time I do this, I will do the entire interior. I just actually detailed the car a couple of days ago, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of tutorial on how to do this in case you wanted to do it this weekend. Get yourself some of the OGX coconut milk shampoo, and then leave me some comments and tell me how it turned out. Give me a thumbs up and a subscription if you don't mind, and we'll see you guys soon. Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Monday, and besides having a bunch of back problems, some other things developing is looks like I sold my car. I know, I just bought a car. Right. Well, did not sell the SL65. Looks like I sold the 335i. So, this beautiful car right here, and I am so disappointed that I'm selling it. This is one of my favorite cars of all time. And I am taking a beating on it. But this car looks like it is sold. A gentleman in Kentucky is coming to pick it up, and we will be driving away with this car on Friday. Which leads us to this car. So what's next for this car? And most immediately, the stereo. We're going to be finishing that up in the next week or so. I will keep you guys posted about that. But meanwhile, this car is sold. No more double car garage. And I believe, I'm not even going to tell you guys what might be going in this place next, but it's going to be pretty sick. Sold right here. Sold, sold, sold. I will give you guys an update soon. That's all for right now. Subscribe for more. In the Supercar Street Racing kitchen, and today we have a project to clean the fence again. It is time to do it again. It needs to be done about once every 3 months. And you see we did break our ortho sprayer to mix up a combination of goodness to go and clean the fence. What we're going to do is mix a tiny bit of Dawn and some cleaning vinegar, spray it on the fence, and then use a scrubbing brush to brush the fence off and then rinse it off, and that should do it. And so I have my ortho here ready to go, so let's get busy. Guys, Supercar Street Racing back in full effect after a short break and one video after that. We decided to come back and do this project before we head out on vacation. We are going to be cleaning the white vinyl fence again, and this time there is a few areas down by the pond that are starting to look mildewed and rough. I'll be using cleaning vinegar, and I'll be using the spray bottle and a all-purpose brush. And the first thing we're going to do is mix a little bit of Dawn into this, then water, then the cleaning vinegar, rest of this at least into that jug, and then maybe a little from that jug as well. And I think that's all it's going to take. If I was reading online, I do have other stuff down here, but it is a vinyl fence and you're not supposed to really put any harsh chemicals on it. Soap, water, and cleaning vinegar should be fine. I don't want to use all this because my housekeeper uses it and I'll have to go replace it before I leave on the cruise, but yeah. Let's go ahead and get this stuff mixed up. I know you guys noticed that my appliances are all gone. They will be here on the 28th, but let's go ahead and get this bottle full of some soap and vinegar. I am going to put very little soap because it will foam up a lot. And then I'm going to pour this vinegar in there. This is cleaning vinegar. This is White House All Natural Cleaning Vinegar. We're going to follow that up with cold water because I don't have hot water in here because it is turned off because the dishwasher is disconnected. Cold water's fine though, I think. Should be alright. I'm going to do it slowly because I don't want it to foam like crazy. And if it doesn't look like it's enough soap, I will add a few more drops. Okay, it's not foaming real bad, so we'll put a couple more drops in there. And I am doing it slowly simply because I don't want soap bubbles pouring out the top. Go all the way up to about right here. Because when you put the plunger in, it raises the level up. And I have about 2.5 hours to get this done before I have to work. All right. All right, we did get the entire fence cleaned except for the one around the pool equipment. That one is much newer, but it still needs to be cleaned. They all do every 3 or 4 months, and it is about a 2-hour job if you do it alone. And you can see the fence looks awesome, especially down here by the pond. It was really bad because it sits under trees and closer to the water and everything. But yeah, it came out awesome. The mixture really didn't help. It was just really soap and water. Probably would have done the same thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna jump in the pool. That was fun taking you to school today and delivering you into the schoolyard, because you don't understand about country accents like I do, because you're oblivious, because you have one and you hear it every day. But when I brought you and delivered you into the school and sat you down in your chair and told you, now you know. Blessed day. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we have a little update here on the SCSR studio. I worked in here literally all day today, so going on 12 hours now that I've been out here in this studio, and let me show you what I got done. So the insulation for any wall that's not touching the house is done. So that means anything that touches the outside is completely done. There's the ceiling, there's the wall, and look what I got done today. I got the outlets for the wall LEDs flush mounted and extended. They're good. I got the HDMI and the network cable for this TV pulled up, and it's good to go. I got the Echo Show 15 flush mounted into the wall. Look at that goodness right there. And I got the power for the lights all flushed in there. I got this wall done, and the TV for this wall is going right here. There's a stud right where the screws are, so that's where the TV mount is going to go. I got the network and HDMI that's going to connect to that TV pulled down there. I got everything seam taped off. Ceiling is done. I just have to seam tape this one right there, which I forgot, which I will do that tomorrow morning. And then I will start painting all this stuff black. I got the air conditioner fully enclosed, and the power cable is inside the wall, which will be a nightmare if it ever has to be replaced, but I've had my other one for 5 years, so fingers crossed we have no issues. So the next big challenge is this wall, which is a lot. There's a lot of connections here and power, and also we have to float, hang, fly, whatever it's called, fly these big huge Harbinger speakers in the corner so that they are angled down towards me. So tomorrow I'll probably work on that, getting the hooks driven into the wall and then bent this way. I have chains to hang them on. And that is it. A big day. We got a lot of stuff done. The tiles started falling down. I had to glue them back up. And this is what we're left with now. But yeah, the room is looking awesome. Don't forget to watch my live streams. Everything is on the live stream, so please tune into that every day. I am live streaming, and this wall will be up, but I ran out of foam, so I think I need 4 at least more foam pieces to get this wall done. And then I will be doing the nightmare of wiring this wall, which is going to be cray. There's power all along here, there's network there, and HDMI. All the speaker wires come to there. Hopefully I marked this correctly for the side surround. If I didn't, we have issues. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy day if I get this done tomorrow. I have been in here for probably 70 hours this week. But it is looking nice and the AC is kicking. Now that the insulation is keeping all the heat out. Oh, I also have to seam seal that top right there, which I have not done. I will do that tomorrow. And yeah, alright guys, please watch the live stream. It's going right there. I have to fix our live camera, which is hanging down, but yeah. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Alright, today we are going to be installing a subwoofer in the kitchen, but in order to do that, we have to prep and get some things ready, but the sub is going to go in here with the garbage can and replace where this bag is right here. And so in order to connect this sub, we have to do some things first. And one of them is power. So power is coming from over here. So we are going to just drill a hole right down in the corner there and take this power wire here, cut that, feed it through the hole, splice it back together, power the subwoofer. Then we're going to run speaker wire up to the ceiling and into the attic. All that's going to happen today on the next project on Supercar Street Racing. Today on Supercar Street Racing, we are putting a subwoofer in here, a powered sub in the kitchen. We have an extra one, why not use it? And in order to do that, we have to get a audio supply cable to it. So basically we're doing speaker, high level in, and we also have to get a power wire to it. So that is our mission today. We are going to take this, whatever this power wire is called, I forgot what the name of it is, and we are going to cut it in half, extend it, and we're going to connect power and run it back behind the fridge where there is already power available up here. And then for the second part, we are going to run speaker wires up that corner to the very ceiling, at which point we will connect them to the kitchen speakers right up here, guys. So we'll do speaker level input, we'll run speaker wire down here to our new sub, which will be happy and fun, and that's it. In order to get this project done, we are going to have to put a hole in the ceiling up there next to where this cabinet is. You guys can see right here, inside here, that we have a cabinet that goes to the ceiling right there. We will run right up to the side of that and stick a screwdriver through there and put a hole into the ceiling, run some speaker wires up there, then drill through each one of these shelves right here. We'll drill through each corner. Hopefully we can get a drill bit in there. I'm going to test that right now. And we'll drill in the corner and run speaker wire all the way down to the ground. Okay, the next part of this project obviously is going to involve this wire. And if you see here, once we cut it and run it to the other side, it probably will not reach. It's going to be pretty tight. Let's see if I go down. Yeah, I think it will. I don't think we have to extend this, so that's good news. All we have to do is cut it and then go inside here and splice it. So, or either splice it on this side, doesn't matter where, just as long as it gets past this one point. So I think I'll just put the sub in here and then I can splice it in real time with you guys. The subwoofer is heavy. So we need enough wire to get to this extension cord here. And now all we have to do is splice this back together after we drill a hole in the wall. I have poked a hole and stuck a file through there. My next step is super easy. I am going to be rolling off some wire, and I do have some 14 gauge speaker wire right here. I'm gonna roll off about 2 20-foot sets, and we're gonna go up to the attic and tie into these two up and down in the attic as fast as possible because it's really hot today. But yeah, this is brand new speaker wire I just got, and all we need is enough to get right down to the subwoofer.
Wow, hot up there. Got up in the attic and did tie into the existing speakers and taped the wires to my file here. All we should have to do is pull this down and hopefully we don't disconnect the wires. Put a good amount of tape on it, but who knows? The last couple of days have not been the best. Let's see if we can get this through. All right, now all we have to do is feed the wires through the holes in the shelves, connect to the subwoofer, and the project will be over. It is bumping hard, guys. Kitchen sub, success. Guys, this is going to wrap up the project for the subwoofer for the kitchen. All I have to do is zip tie these wires up and make them really nice, and that is it. And maybe fasten them to the wall. You can see right here and right now they just go through the back right there and all the way down. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love doing projects with you guys, and I love it when you tune in and comment and like and subscribe. So we'll see you guys on the next video. Please leave a comment, please like and subscribe, please buy a subwoofer through the link in the description or any of the products through the links in my description. We'll see you guys next time. Back to Supercar Street Racing. After a nice false start on this video, due to some problems with the exposure level, we are back with a product provided to us from Jukebox, I believe is how you pronounce it. And this is their ergonomic mouse pad. They invited us to test and let you know how we like it. So what we're gonna do today is get this thing unboxed, or should we say unpackaged in this case, and then we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna actually take this into the SCSR 4K studio and edit a whole video using it, and then get back to you guys after that point and tell you how I felt about it, if my hand felt anything weird, or if it was more comfortable than not having one, because I currently do not have one. So that's the plan. Let's get busy. All right, guys, we got the Jukebox mouse pad in front of me, and that is from an Amazon seller that I will link in the description. They were so gracious to have provided us with this mouse pad. It is the ergonomic mouse pad, and it comes in different colors as well, some cool options, which we will show you later. But for right now, what we're gonna do is go ahead and unbag this thing and tell you how it feels initially before we run out to the studio and start editing. All right, so it did come with this nice peel sat on the back, which is going to be a good short. So yeah, it comes out of the package looking like this with a plastic bit of protection on the back, which we're going to peel off right now, I believe. Let's see. We're going to do a short real quick with this, and we will be back. This tiny little guitar is chilling next to this thing that looks like a guitar, but it's actually a mouse pad. We got a guitar right here. We got a thing that looks like a guitar, and we got the peel sat. Oh, you love the peel sat. It's so good. And we just got glued on while we were trying to do it, a short, and it messed everything up. All right, and so right out of the box here, you see there is a place for you to put your hand right here, and it's supposed to support your wrist better so that you don't get carpal tunnel syndrome. So you just put your wrist like this when you edit, and yes, we have the tiny guitar that kind of looks like this upside down, and we were showing that on our peel satisfaction video, which you can see on my shorts here. Now the very next step, just out of the box, it does have good quality. This is a kind of a sticky back, so what it does is it allows it to stick to the desk without moving. So it's kind of nice that way. After you peel that off, it has just a little bit of stickiness on the back. So let's get this thing out to the SCSR studios now. What I'm gonna do out there is take another hard look at this, put it in place of the SCSR mouse pad, and then go ahead and edit an entire video with this mouse pad. So why don't you guys come on along? We're gonna head on out to the studio, and once we do, we will get busy. Already hot. But it's not hot in here. The AC is on 68, 70. Nice and cool. Oh, forgot the mouse pad.
Got him!
Dang it.
Got him! Oh!
Out in the Supercar Street Racing studio, and I did remember this time to bring the mouse pad. So here's the mouse pad that we're going to be temporarily using. So let's take the Supercar Street Racing branded mouse pad out and go ahead and place that over here to the side, and go ahead and get our new mouse pad right here, and we will edit on this and see if we like the way it feels on our wrist. So we're going to give you a top view while I'm editing, and we'll stop down a few times during the video. So let's get busy. Hey guys, welcome back to the studio today. You got Brad here from Supercar Street Racing. And today we have been provided with this Jukebox ergonomic mouse pad from the manufacturer to go ahead and test out for you guys and see how much we like it. Now, first of all, we have been editing with this ergonomic mouse pad now for about 5 hours. And so we'll update you guys on that and how it felt here after we talk about the actual mouse pad. Now, taking a look at the very top here, you see it has memory foam. And if we go down to the other pictures, it says that it has a 15-degree slope, and it says it has a 15-degree slope to decrease wrist pain. And now I do know somebody that just had carpal tunnel surgery because of this issue. Right there at the next picture, you see that they call this the massage bump, which is the part that you lay your wrist on right there. And then it says it has breathable memory foam for long-term use without deformation or collapsing. And then the next picture here, you can see it is made of Lycra fabric, and it has a, I don't know what PU means, but it's a PU base. And basically what that means is the bottom of it is kind of a sticky base. When you stick it on the desk, it does not move at all. And right here you got the dimensions. So the mouse pad is 8 inches by 12 inches, and it is a 1.2 height
mouse pad. Right here you can see a picture of it sitting right next to what looks like a Mac keyboard and a Mac monitor. Now this thing has 31 ratings and it is sitting at a 4.4 stars. Let's look at the different colors. I have the black one right here in front of me and I have been using this all day long. And let's see what other colors they have. So they have this one with flowers on it if you like that. Blow that up for you guys. They've got this one with space on it, which is pretty cool. I think I would have liked that one. Maybe they'll send me one. And then they've got this one with a bunch of pink waves and stuff on it. Now looking at the about this item, it says this has a natural and comfortable posture for your wrist, a massage bump design that can relieve your wrist pain and fatigue and improve carpal tunnel syndrome. I think they mean prevent. You don't want to improve your carpal tunnel syndrome, you want to prevent it. It says it's made of superior material, made with silky, breathable Lycra, abrasion resistant, piling free, comfortable to touch, and filled with raised memory foam with good resilience, durable and not easily deformed. And I agree, after using it, it does bounce back with the memory foam inside. Anti-slip PU base, what they're talking about here is what we went over a few minutes ago. It's kind of a sticky base here. When you stick it on the desktop, it will not slide off. It says it's the optimal size. It is 12 by 8 by 1/2 inch, comfortable size, perfect for anyone left or right-handed, it doesn't matter. It's ambidextrous, and it has a smooth surface and accurate positioning, and I will agree with that. I did feel like it was accurate and the mouse worked very well on the mouse pad. So they guarantee you quality assurance and that they sell high quality products, and they have a 1-year free replacement service on the mouse pad. Now there are some other options you could go with, but I have personally used this one all day, and I can definitely say I was impressed with it, and I am going to continue using it. So I'm going to keep this on top of the Supercar Street Racing mouse pad because I am higher than the desk. And when I'm up higher, this allows my hand to rest nicely. My wrist will rest nicely on the wrist pad, and my hand will be a little bit higher up towards my body. Now let's take a look at some of the reviews here. It is sitting at 4.4. It says comfortable mouse pad. This one says it is comfortable. It says this is a lifesaver, which is a great review. This one says it's beautiful and comfy. Big help for aging folks, and it says I like it, and also shows a picture of it right here. Got a few more 5-star reviews. This one was a review from a Vine, so it must have been done for free, it says. Customer review of a free product. And let's take a look at some of the lower reviews just so we can see what people are thinking. Had such a terrible smell. I can't smell, so I have no idea if that is the case. That is the only 1-star review I see. The 2 stars are not there. 3 stars are not there, even though it says 8%. And there is 1 4-star review. They like the pattern, but they didn't like the mouse pad. For me, it doesn't feel like they described. I don't have the feeling that it's falling off the desk. It is a bit more restrictive than my Supercar Street Racing custom mouse pad because it is way smaller. The SCSR mouse pad is huge. Take a look at the Supercar Street Racing mouse pad and you can see the difference from that and the ergonomic GJju mouse pad. Now guys, I have the channel content up right here in front of me, and I just want to thank you guys so much for the support and for liking and subscribing. Please like and subscribe when you watch my videos. And we are doing so well. We just had a video do over 100,000 views. This video about my outdoor sconces is sitting at 137,000 views, and I could not do that without you guys. And when you are going to buy products for yourself, please go to our affiliate links in any video. It doesn't have to be the product that you need, but if you click through it and you do purchase it, I get a commission from the Amazon affiliates program. So go ahead and like and subscribe while you have a minute for me. Then go into the description of the video and go ahead and click and buy a product through our affiliate links. Guys, thank you so much for watching today and being a supporter of Supercar Street Racing. But we got to get out of here. We got so much work to do. We have a big project being edited tomorrow for you that you're going to enjoy. I know you're going to like it, and I'm looking forward to getting it out there. We'll see you guys later. Welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and we are out here in the Supercar Street Racing garage with 2 new products that were donated to the channel today. Our proud sponsor Gertway has given us these 2 things to check out today on the channel. So when we come back from this short break, we're going to take a look at the Gertway digital tire inflator and the Gertway tire inflator with pressure gauge, and that's all coming up today from the SCSR garage, so hang out. Welcome to another unboxing and review on Supercar Street Racing, and you can see right here and right now, we are out here in the SCSR garage with two products from Gertway. Gertway was so kind to go ahead and send us these two tire inflators. One of them is digital, one of them is not, so you can pick which one you like best after we show you exactly what they both do. And they are sitting right here on top of the Tesla Model S Plaid. And what we're gonna do today is go ahead and unbox these things in front of the SCSR Plaid, and then we're gonna take a look at how you use them. Now, you do need an air compressor or an air source of some kind to use these two devices right here. So you will need some kind of air supply for it that has a quick connect fitting on the end. Now, one of these guys right here is a standard analog gauge, and that is this one here on the right here. And then this one next to it is a digital tire inflator. So if you want to go like a little bit better quality and a little bit better display, you can go ahead and get the digital one, which we will open both of those here momentarily. Now, taking a look at the first product here, this is the Gertway tire inflator with pressure gauge right here. Now, this is simply an inflator with a quick connect hose on the end that you do attach to a air compressor hose, and you can go ahead and see what the tire pressure is in your tires. And when you squeeze this handle, it should allow air to pass into the tires here, and you can go ahead and air up to whatever preference you like. Now, on the back of the box, it does say it's useful for any kind of automotive or bike, truck, car application. It tells you that it has a 100 PSI limit to its inflation range, a plus or minus 2% accuracy, a dial resolution of 1 PSI, and it measures in PSI. It has an NPT connector on the end for any air compressor. The tire inflator with pressure gauge. Now, this other one sitting right here in front of us is the one we talked about that's a little bit upgraded. This guy right here. Now, this is the Gertway digital tire inflator with pressure gauge. Easy and precise tire inflating, and look at the front of the box here. It shows you what a cool looking device this is, and it looks like it does have a light on it. I'm interested to go ahead and check that out in the inside of this box. And on the back, it shows you again that it has a application for bike, motorcycle, car, and truck, and it does say it has a 3 to 200 PSI inflation range, so it does go higher than this one up here. It has a plus or minus 1% accuracy, a 0.01 PSI dial resolution. It measures in PSI, bar, KPA, and KGF CM2, and it also has the same NPT air compressor fitting sitting right on the end of the cable here that you can connect to any air supply source that has NTP. All right, we're right here on the back of the Tesla Model S Plaid, and we have the Gertway digital tire inflator with pressure gauge to open up for you guys first. And it's sitting right here in front of you looking so fly and fresh. And on the side, it does say Gertway, when quality is our top priority. That is their slogan. It is a X003W9UCTV digital tire pressure gauge. It does say made in China. It's got their website here, gertchkit.com, and then there is an email for their support at gertchkit.com. And on the front of the box there, you see the picture of the digital tire inflator with pressure gauge, and it says easy and precise tire inflating. Nothing on the side and on the back. It shows you the specifications, which I read to you guys already in the beginning, and it shows you the application, bike, motorcycle, car, and truck. Again, that's all you really need on the back of the box. And inside of the box, you can see right here that it has a little package with, it has two ways to do your tire. So it has a connector here that you can put on the end of the spout. It does have a manual, so I'll probably open that up and see what that connector is for there. Looking inside the box here, you can see this thing is very high quality. It's pretty heavy. It does have some peel satisfaction over the display, but checking out, that is the trigger that you pull to add your air. And then there is a power and a light button right here on the front of the digital tire inflator. And you can see on the side here, you do use the NPT Quick Connect to connect this to any air compressor or hose for an air source. And now inside of the box is the user manual. And it does tell you to thread the quick connector on, but it is already done for me. So it does have a lock on the air stem. I will show you that now. This is what they're talking about. You place it on the air stem here, and then you lock it in place like this. It has a little clamp there that goes in, and then you clamp it shut to make sure you're all the way on. Now it says do pay attention when you clamp it on, because it could leak if you don't get it solid onto the valve stem.
It says go ahead and push the chuck onto the air stem firmly and rotate it on the valve stem thread until it seats, or use the included screw-on air chuck. So that's what this additional thing was. There is a screw-on version as well if you'd like to use that, but in order to use that you have to remove this other guy from the end of the hose here. So to inflate your tire, very simple. You just simply squeeze this and pay attention to the display here, but that is it. And if you want to bleed off air, you simply press this button while you're connected, and that does bleed off air. We will demo that to you guys in a short amount of time here. I think I know why it didn't work. I think I know what was going on. I think it had a clear plastic thing inside there to keep the batteries from going dead. Let's see if this does the trick here. And now it is on, so yes. There was a clear plastic inside. Let's go ahead and put the cover back on. Thank you, Gershway, for the batteries. Let's go ahead and get these screws back in. So just take off the back cover and remove the little plastic and you're good to go. I didn't see that in the manual. I'm gonna double check and maybe have Gershway put that in for the future. No matter what, you do have to take off the back cover though, because there is a plastic that keeps the batteries fresh. See right there, we turn it on and it is set to bar. So if we push it again, now it's on KPA and now it's on PSI. Let's go ahead and peel off the protective peel sat. There we go. Peel satisfaction guaranteed on that one. Now here again, here is the bleed, and then here is the trigger to go ahead and add air. I'm gonna go ahead and power it off, and there it did shut off. Now here's a look at the accessories they give you. They do give you Teflon tape, so if you have to change out the NPT fitting, now, for those of you into the manual part of life and you just want analog, here is the tire inflator and pressure gauge from Gershway. And on the front it says it's easy and precise for tire inflating for home, shop, and professional on the side. And right on the back it says it's for motorcycles, bikes, trucks, and cars. Shows you its specifications, which I read to you earlier. And then it has their website, their email address, the little barcode, and this is a X001Z 1GOZX tire inflator pressure gauge. And that is all that's on the box. Let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed for you. And right inside there, we do have an accessory pack. And this time, if you want to use it, they do give you this long style tire inflator valve connector. You would have to remove the one on the end of your inflator and use this. And since this does not use power, there is no battery to worry about here. And taking a look at the inflator here, pretty high quality. It's very heavy. I like the way the gauge looks, and I like the contrast of the gauge. This is our trigger to add and remove air here, and this is our bleed right here on the side. So when you're ready to bleed off air, you simply leave this connected and you go ahead and push this button and it will bleed off air from the tire. Deeper into the box here, inside the Gershway analog tire inflator, there is an instruction manual, and this does say to thread on the NPT fitting, which is already on the inflator, so you don't have to worry about that. And then it says connect the Gershway pressure gauge to a compressor using the quick connect or a air hose from somewhere. It says put the air chuck on the valve stem, and to avoid leaks, push and turn. It also says you can use the enclosed dual head air chuck, which I showed you guys already. And then to fill the tire, of course, you squeeze the handle here on the side, and to bleed air, you simply push this button, and we will demonstrate that here momentarily. The dual head air chuck is mainly used for heavy duty vehicles, and that is it for the Gershway analog non-digital tire inflation device. Now the next thing we're gonna do is get down here and actually use these. So we're gonna need our air compressor. Let's grab that. Okay, we are right in front of the Tesla Model S Plaid now, right in front of these Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. And you can see that I have my air compressor out here, and it is already aired up
So we do not have to air it up, and we are not going to be plugging it in so that it is not loud. Now on my air compressor, I already have this dual air chuck like Gershway did give us with the analog gauge. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off by pulling back on the quick connect, and it pops right off, you can see. Now these tires are aired up to around 37 PSI. I'm gonna go ahead and air them up a little bit and then go ahead and let them back out to the same air pressure. Let's go ahead and connect our Gershway. Now this is the digital one, so we're gonna go ahead and power it on. It is on and it is set to PSI. Let's put our quick connector on it. Okay, so we are quick connected, and here is our tire valve stem we have to get off first. And these are black metal ones that I bought on Amazon. So there's our valve stem. We don't want to lose this because we only have 4 of those total. And now to put this on, you simply push it on and it does lock. So you push the handle, push it on the valve stem, and then let go. Now there is 35.7 PSI in this tire, and that is a little bit different than what the TPMS says, but I am going to go ahead and put some air in the tire and bring it up to about 38. 37.4. It's at 38.3 now. Let's go ahead and bring it up to 40. We are at 40. Let's go ahead and let a pound or 2 out now. Now by pushing this bleed button right here, you will let air out of the tire. We're at 38.9. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at 38.8. And that is just how simple the digital air inflator is from Gershway. You simply just push this onto the tire valve stem, and then you just use your little trigger here and your air compressor. And this is a cheap air compressor, and that is all I need for right now. Let's go ahead and pull it off by pushing the disconnect, and it is off. And that's a good look at the digital one. Pretty easy. I like the way you can see the display, and if you push the light, it does light up on the display, so you would be able to see that at night, which I really like. It is very high quality, it's heavy, and it just feels like it's well made, and it's super easy to connect, and the connection is very solid. There was absolutely no leaking air from the digital Gershway when I hooked it up. Now let's move on to the analog Gershway tire inflator. We'll go ahead and get our NPT disconnected here, and it is already disconnected. Let's power off our digital Gershway by holding down the power button, and it is off now. All right, we already do have our valve stem cap off from last time, so all we have to do right here and right now is grab our analog Gershway here. Now I'm curious if this does glow in the dark. It looks like a glow in the dark type thing there. It might glow. It's got that weird color. And taking a look at this one, it is a similar design, except it has an analog gauge, right? It does still have a trigger to add air. It does still have a bleeder on the side here that you can let air out with. Let's see if it connects just as easy. Let's go ahead and connect it. And it is connected. I did not have to turn it as suggested, but I did not put the air chuck on first. Let's go ahead and do that. This is reading about 38 pounds as we said in the last one. Let's go ahead and let some air out. It is reading around 36 pounds now. Let's go ahead and put air in the tire by squeezing this trigger. And we are already up to about 40 pounds. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of air out. All right, we are back down to 38 pounds using the bleeder on the side. I like how heavy duty this thing is. It feels pretty heavy, it feels high quality. The contrast on the gauge is very easy to read. The trigger is very easy to use. It works great with my McGraw compressor here, the small compressor that I got for about 125 bucks. And it's very easy to connect, very easy to use. And let's go ahead and disconnect it now that we have our tire inflated to the exact pressure that we wanted. And that is it. It is that easy to deflate. Let's go ahead and remove it with the NPT. And there it is right there back in the box where it will be gifted to someone. And then we got our valve stem right here we can go ahead and put back on. And that is it.
for the demonstration of how these two inflators actually work. Go ahead and decide which one you like and go down in the description and order your favorite one from Gershway. All right, now we did just take a look at both of the Gershway products that were provided by them at no cost for us to check out with you guys, so that maybe if you're looking for something like this, you can go ahead and order from the links down in the description below. Make sure you check that out. If you liked one of these, go down below, click through the affiliate link, because when you do that, it helps the channel out so much. We only get a few dollars here and there to run the channel. And so when you buy from us, it helps us out. And the affiliates also see that you support the channel by seeing how much you actually buy. So go ahead and grab yourself either the standard tire inflator with pressure gauge or the Gershway digital tire inflator with pressure gauge from the links in the description. And we will see you guys next time on Supercar Street Racing. We got to get out of here. All right, guys, we're watching Supercar Street Racing right here on TV. But today we have a task, and we're going to turn this down first, but we are going to be pressure washing everything today. It needs it. It's been a couple of months since we did it, and you know you have all the time in Florida. So Patricia's coming over. She wants to do it. She loves doing pressure washing. It's like her therapy. We're going to go ahead and get set up for her, though. We're going to go grab the pressure washer, get the hose connected, and start looking at pressure washing. And this will be the first time we've ever pressure washed my new driveway. So it has not been pressure washed since I got it. So this will be a first on the pavers. Let's get busy and get to work. Yeah. All right, we did finish the project of getting the driveway and all the concrete fully pressure washed. You can see how good this came out here in the front. The concrete is super white again, and then we will take you around the house and show you the other parts that did get pressure washed. Right, and it is raining a bit out here, but you can see we did get the pool deck done, all these pavers, and the entire side of the house right here on the same day. And all this got done here all the way up to the front. And that is the new pad that is supposed to run water off and keep it from going into the actual studio. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video and all the pressure washing stuff. I know it's satisfying for some people, but there's a good look at the pavers that got done there and the pool deck. And of course, everything on this side as well. All of this got done and it looks amazing. And that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us one more time on Supercar Street Racing. Oh, I forgot to mention before I let you guys go, we did have massive problems with the GoPro overheating, so we lost a lot of the footage that we did because it just kept shutting off. It's so annoying. Even in the shade, it would not stay on. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you again next time. All right, guys, Supercar Street Racing here. We're going to show you guys how to install Windows 11 when you get this message here. So if we check for updates here. It wants to do that one. I'm going to bypass that. Usually it'll say Windows 11, your computer doesn't meet the requirements and want you to buy a new computer. So here's an article here on Tom's Hardware. I'll put a link in the description how to bypass this. Okay, so We might not have TPM 1.2. We might not have TPM at all, so we can try this registry hack. Let's see. So upgrade here by launching setup. Windows 10, full upgrade, clean OS. Okay. Let me do a little bit of looking here and then I'll be right back. All right, guys. So Windows official hack to update to Windows 11 if your machine doesn't meet it. So registry. So you open regedit. So you click, let's start from scratch here. So you close this guy. So go down to your search bar, type regedit. REG will open registry editor. Don't be scared to do this. It's not a big deal. Now you see how it says registry key, H key local machine. So if we go here, H key local machine, then system, then setup. So you just basically are opening the folders. And then mo setup, mo money, mo money, mo money. You got to make a new. You got to make a new reg entry, new, and it's a reg D word. I think it's 32-bit. They don't even tell you. Reg D word. Okay, yeah, they don't tell you if it's 32-bit or 60. It's a D word. So it's called allow upgrades with unsupported TPM. Could they make it any more complicated? Or CPU. Now you can copy and paste this, by the way, right from the article from Tom's Hardware. Now this has got to be a value of 1, so you have to edit it, modify it. So you right click, you modify, you change the value data to 1. That's it. Now they're got their like serious problems might occur if you do this. You're gonna break your PC forever. Okay, dude, whatever. Let's see if it pops up now. So it might pop up and tell us we can. It still says it doesn't meet the minimum requirements. Okay, so if you choose to install Windows on 11, you acknowledge and understand the risks. You must create. So it might not even have TPM 1.2. So let's go back here and run this. See what we're missing. There's other ways to do this. Let's download the PC Health Check app and see what this computer is lacking here. So we got the PC Health Check. Let's install that guy. And I've done this already on my machine, so I know how to get around this regardless. If it doesn't work, we'll use Rufus to do it. So we're running the PC Health Check now. Oh, it says I have TPM 1.2, so I'm going to go ahead and restart and then try that and see if that, because I already did the registry hack, so let's restart this guy and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back, and I was actually in the wrong place on that article. So I am going to go back here and show you guys the bottom of this article where it says how to bypass Windows from Windows Update. All right, so it says navigate to the skip TPM check on dynamic update CMD source code on. Let's open that link in a new tab. It says to copy the raw contents button in the upper right hand corner of the code box. Where is copy raw contents? Copy raw contents. Okay, done. Now we go create a new file on their desktop and name it check skip underscore TPM underscore check. Make sure that you're able to view extensions and the extension is really .cmt, not text, or it won't run. Okay, let's try that. New text document. I don't know. Do that. Okay, we pasted that in, we save it. Now we're going to go to properties here. I don't know how we do the properties of the desktop. We need to make sure that we can, this is a CMD change. No, okay. All right, guys, I got to figure this out. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I got the Windows Explorer up. I went navigated to desktop on the left-hand side, checked file name extensions, and this guy here needs to be CMD extension, or it will not work correctly. So we're going to just go CMD. And Tom's wants us to call it skip. It's probably not necessary, but let's just go ahead and rename it to what they say. Let's rename it that. So I pasted that. All right, now let's go back to the instructions here on Tom's. All right, so I already pasted this in from GitHub. So I made a new text document. I pasted in this stuff. I saved it already, and let's see what happens. So we're gonna run this. And it says to click yes. PowerShell opens. All right, let's see what Tom's wants us to do now. We did that part, we got this message. Okay, now it says to run Windows Update, so let's go check for updates. And check for updates. Let's see if it allows us to run Windows 11. If it doesn't, then this article does not work properly. I followed it exactly, and